Hello everyone, Storm 101 here. Today we'll be looking into the severe weather chances that will be going on tomorrow. We can see damaging winds, large hail, even for a few tornadoes tomorrow. The severe weather threat has increased since last time I made a video, so let's go ahead and get started with the Storm Prediction Center outlook here. And we have a slight risk anywhere from far northwestern Texas or southeastern Oklahoma through central Arkansas into southeastern Missouri, southern Illinois, southern Indiana, uh, most of central and western Nashville, and most of Kentucky, where we have a chance for potentially a few tornadoes. You can see there's a very large 5% area. This also does include my area, so I'm going to have to keep an eye on it as well. Damaging winds, pretty big threat, and safely for the large hail, but I would not be surprised if this large hail threat does get pushed eastward more into Kentucky due to the lap rates, which we'll go ahead and move on to my forecast here. And I do have an enhanced risk, but it's pretty small area though at this point here. This may get extended a little bit further to the northeast because some models are kind of going back and forth a little bit with the severe weather threat potential. The HER model really shows it across central Kentucky as well. And central Kentucky is not the only area. You got southwestern Kentucky, western Tennessee, southeastern Missouri, northeastern Arkansas, and southern Illinois. Yeah, those areas need to really keep an eye on it. And what's really leading to the enhanced risk is the tornado threat's been upgraded to 10%. The damage winds is staying the same with 15% that may get upgraded to a 30%. And the large hail may also get upgraded as well to 30%, but at this point here, I just have enough confidence. Just do not have enough confidence for damage winds or large hail to be upgraded to enhanced risk just yet. However, if so, that'd be maxed out enhanced risk. Can we see a moderate risk tomorrow? No, not really. I don't think we'll see a moderate risk tomorrow unless the balls do change. So it to be a little bit bigger event. The hurt model definitely really shows that, but that's kind of an outlier model. But we'll be taking a look over that in just a moment. But here's your severe weather greenness checklist. The only changes I made is the lap rates and the vorticity. Both of those are favorable. Everything else will be favorable for severe weather as well. And let's kind of move on to the herd model. So this is basically your future track here, which I will go ahead and zoom out a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. And so this is kind of going through tonight into tomorrow morning. Eventually, a low pressure system, I think, will be somewhere over in here. Here's your warm front about to bubble up north. And eventually you start to see some showers and thunderstorms. You got a area of showers and thunderstorms developing back into Missouri. That'll be eventually start to push to the southeast. And here we go. You got individual showers and thunderstorms developing across the unstable air mass. And as we kind of move on, you can see here, it's really starting to explode here. You got supercells potentially over nearby Bowling Green here. I know Bowling Green on the last severe weather event, and what I'm talking about is like the Nashville tornado, did have an EF1 tornado by Bowling Green not too long ago. And you can also see here across southeastern Missouri, kind of along the Ohio River, southern Indiana, and in Arkansas, you're really starting to see storms blow up. If we kind of move on to another frame, a line of storms do develop back into Oklahoma. Move to another frame, you got supercells going on across western Kentucky. Warm front's pretty noticeable. It's way over here. I bet your low pressure system at this point will be right over here. Now, other models have it further south, but I do expect that to bubble up north, so it may become similar to the Hearn model on the next run. But I really want to focus on southwestern Kentucky, western Tennessee, northeastern Arkansas, southeastern Missouri, and southern Illinois. Those areas I really want to focus on. You can also notice here we have a cluster of thunderstorms coming from the northwest there that could produce some damaging winds, some hail, maybe a small tornado threat, and that's eventually going to reach to some of the other storms, which is going to make the air a little bit more stable. which I live in this area right over here, just right on the edge of that 5%. But whenever I zoomed in, I am in it. So I may have a chance of seeing perhaps a few, potentially a couple of supercells, but we'll see about that. And there goes your squall line there. Now, this is a day you do not want any sun out because that's going to increase the instability in the atmosphere. That's going to increase the severe weather threat, and that is something we really do not want. There is going to be some cloud cover, which we'll take a look into that. The blues here are cloud cover, and with no color, that is no cloud cover, so mostly clear skies. As you can see here, kind of getting into the morning hours, you can see your warm front's pretty visible, and now some areas may even start to see some sun, but cloud cover does really take over. But if we do go really high res, there's going to be some peaks of sunshine for some of these areas in here. Well, I've looked into, but look over here, western Tennessee, around Arkansas, Missouri, you got some peaks of sun. That is not a good thing. And it seems like those clouds really tried to break later in the evening hours, but it doesn't seem that successful. But even though it shows 100% here, there's going to be some sun picking out, and you could probably you can really see that going into the CAPE values here, which we'll take a look into the most unstable CAPE. And the internet's pretty slow again today, unfortunately. But anyways, your warm front's pretty visible. It really starts to skyrocket north. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, it's going to be very, very windy down there at the surface. So you can expect wind gusts potentially up to 45 miles per hour in a few areas. And here goes your very unstable cape. And it seems like it doesn't really quite show it on here. I swear I've seen it somewhere else that there was like a couple of peaks here. But overall, there's quite a bit of cape here. You really need over 500 this time of year, but over 1,000, it's good enough. So you got a pretty good atmosphere here to work with in here. And by the way, the malls that I was saying about a little further south earlier, that's the NAM in the well, pretty much the NAM family, but I do expect it to move to the north. It has the cluster of thunderstorms, kind of in this area here, not for my area really, but I do expect that to bubble up to the north in time, which I did just watch some uh, TV meteorologists today all said the same thing. So we do expect that to bubble up to the north. I think that's. Let's take a look at the LCO high. This is what's going to increase the tornado threat, which I believe. I can't quite remember. I think when the LCO is very low, I think that's sufficient for tornadoes. Please correct me in the comments because I'm not 100% sure. I think the lower the LCO, or I actually don't really know, but I think it's when it's very low. I do believe it's when you had the best chance for some tornadoes. But correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below. But I don't think there's going to be really anything else to talk about here that I know of. The dew points are going to be good as well. Same thing for your lifting index. Lifting index values is going to be down to -5 at max, and there's going to be some areas that can exceed that. And look at these lap rates here. Over 7 degrees Celsius all you need. So this is afternoon. Look at this across Kentucky and southern Indiana. It's in a pretty good environment, which we'll take a look into a forecast sounding in the highest area, which this increases the hail threat and the damage wind threat. There's your LCO. Very windy at 700 millibars. Doesn't show anything because it's not in a really good environment, I believe, for K value wise. But again, there's still some pretty high lap rate values around some of these areas in here. But I think that's I got. All I got for you guys, or to show you. So yeah, at least that's all I know of. Bulk shear. Yeah, this is what increases the severe weather threat, and you need over 40 knots. Now this is pretty high res. Now I'm not 100% sure if the HER model is very accurate. I do like the model a lot because it's very high res and it updates every hour. So let me know, guys, in the comments to tell me, is the HER model really good? But as you can see here, there is some very high bulk shear values. There's even some isolated areas up to like 70 knots, like way up there. That's with that squall line here. But again, over 40 knots is all you need, and yeah, we're pretty much good to go here. It's pretty good atmosphere, especially across Kentucky here. Now, if the models do trend towards the HER model, that enhanced risk could be moved to more into Kentucky here, and that's probably where the severe weather will be more focused on, or the concerning area, than across these areas originally. But at this point here, if I kind of draw a map here, the best chance of severe weather at this point. Okay, we need a better one, better pin. Just keep an eye on these areas right in here. Just keep an eye on that. If, again, the malls do trend, it could be expanded probably over here as well. So really have to keep an eye on this. But anyways, guys, this is all I got for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this a little bit of a severe weather update. If you guys did like this update, hit the like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications so you never miss an upload. If y'all guys got questions about this, you can put a comment section down below. I will answer your guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.